double sausage patties, win. Freshly cracked fried egg, triumph. Melty cheese, victory. On a made-from-scratch biscuit, now that's a championship buzzer beater. Bite into the new Hardee's Ultimate Sausage Biscuit and win your morning.
For those who deal with painful leg veins, Dr. Eston Winger wants you to know there is help.
Typically, most patients that come in have varying degrees of symptoms with their legs, and it could be that your legs feel heavy, your legs feel tired, your legs ache, your legs swell. And typically this is worsened as the day progresses as you're up on your legs. And most people think, oh, they're just for cosmetic reasons, but no, actually your legs can hurt by having varicose veins. The fact is that the veins are not going to go away on their own. The only way they're going to go away is by an intervention. And if they do bother you or you have questions about them, then I'd be more than happy to talk to you in consultation.
Schedule a consultation by phone 423-472-5423.
At some point in your life, you may be faced with a legal challenge, whether it be a personal injury, business dispute, or family matter. Our goal is to overcome your legal obstacles and get your life back on track.
If you or a loved one have been injured or have legal issues confronting you and your family, talk with someone on our team. We will investigate your problem to determine the facts and the law. Working together, we can develop a plan to obtain the result you deserve.
Storms, so the individual storms won't last long, but they will be strong to severe. We're under a level 3 out of 5, which is an enhanced risk for numerous severe storms today. The primary threat being damaging wind gusts, also isolated tornadoes and hail up to 1 inch possible with this cold front as well. We'll have a high of 78 today and a low of 45 this evening. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 65 and a low of 41. Mostly cloudy during the day on Friday with a high of only 53. Your current Vascular Institute temperature is 56 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Doctors Ken and Brian Beard. Call them at 423-476-6541 or visit centerforcosmeticdentistry.com.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios, this is Talk 1013 The Buzz, WCLE, HD2 and 1013 FM, W267BI Cleveland.
Best Buy Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be. BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Western governments getting ready to beef up sanctions against Russia for its invasion, which the Ukrainian president calls a campaign of murders, rapes, and destruction of his country.
Appearing before the UN Security Council Tuesday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky issued a stark warning that there are more places suffering similar horrors like those in Bucha. Zelensky also stressed that the Russian military must be brought to justice for war crimes like the Nazis were after World War II.
Fox's Griff Jenkins in Lviv. Arizona set to resume executions.
The Arizona Supreme Court has issued a death warrant for convicted killer Clarence Dixon and set his execution date for 5 weeks from today. His would be Arizona's first execution since July of 2014, when it took more than 2 hours and 15 doses of lethal injection drugs to put Joseph Wood to death.
Fox's Jack Callahan. America's listening to Fox News.
The Mix 1041 News Desk brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. Good morning, everyone. A quick news update here on Mix 1041, Talk 1013 The Buzz, and MixTV.tv. We do have our candidates for Bradley County Mayor in our Mix 1041 Kia of Cleveland studios, and we'll be joining the debate in just a moment. But first, there is news this morning that fatal traffic crash which took place on I-75 yesterday morning just before 7 a.m. The Tennessee Highway Patrol has identified the victim in the traffic crash as Clevelander Rick Forshee. Rick Forshee, of course, the Forshee name, if that's familiar, Cherokee Pharmacy for so many years. Rick's brother Terry and Angela Forshee, longtime owners of Cherokee Pharmacy. Rick ran the medical equipment division for years. He was stopped in southbound traffic on I-75 when a semi-truck, a 2020 Freightliner, struck him in the rear of his truck and then a chain reaction ensued before she died. The investigation continues. State Senator Mike Bell introduced a resolution in the state Senate calling for Bradley County Board of Education members Troy Weathers and Rodney Dillard to immediately vacate their seats on the Bradley County Board of Education. Senator Bell said they had moved out of the districts they represent. He cited a state attorney general opinion. Earlier this morning, Board Chairman Troy Weathers was in our studios and said that he and Rodney Dillard will, in fact, leave the positions effective at the next school board meeting, which is a week from tomorrow on the 14th. However, he did say that the school board attorney did say that he was within his rights, as was Dillard, to continue living outside of their district based on opinion. But again, Weathers said that he is going to, in fact, leave the position. He is leaving the position entirely, as he previously announced, and running for state representative. However, the Bradley County Commission will have to appoint a person to fill the unexpired term of Rodney Dillard, who has 2 years left on his term. Cleveland City Schools canceled all after-school activities today pending the severe weather. All right, we welcome you in this morning. This is the first of what's going to be a 5-part debate series getting ready for the May election. And we are joined, we're kicking this off this morning, by candidates for Bradley County Mayor. We're joined by Bradley County Mayor Gary Davis and by the challenger, who is Bradley County Commission Chairman Johnny Mull. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And we appreciate both of you joining us here today. Here's how this is going to work. We are going to have the mayor and also Chairman Mull give 2-minute opening statements. Then they'll have 2 minutes to respond, although Bridget is keeping the time, so we just don't know about that. And then they'll have 2 minutes for closing statements. We will be taking 4 breaks during the hour, so all of that is just laying it out a little bit here. And I tell you what, we didn't flip a coin or anything, so let's just alphabetically, we're going to do opening statements. And so we'll go with Mayor Davis, D. We'll go last name, Davis, and then Mull, and then we'll reverse it at the end. So just an opening statement. Mayor Davis, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Steve. And I appreciate you going alphabetically. I just want to encourage the voters to go alphabetically when they go to the polls. First name on the ballot, Davis. Please vote Davis County Mayor. Seriously, well, I'm serious about that too, but I would like to say that our prayers and thoughts go out to the Forshee family. Didn't know Ricky that well, but I'm good friends with Terry. He serves on our 911 board, and our thoughts go out to the Forshee family and their loss. It was a very bad accident, and it's a wonder there wasn't more people killed, as a matter of fact. So they're in our thoughts and prayers this morning. And also keep Bradley County, the people of Bradley County, in your thoughts and prayers this evening. Everyone be watching the weather, because there is a good chance of some bad weather in Bradley County, and we've had it before, so we need to be as prepared and ready as possible. Our emergency services are already on alert, having a meeting today talking about what could be coming this evening. Hopefully it'll miss us or pass us or whatever, but we've got to be prepared. It's great to be here and talk about Bradley County. I am running for re-election this time. Some people might say, why are you running? I'm running because I truly love the people of Bradley County. I love this job. It's a wonderful job serving the people of Bradley County. I've been doing it a while now. I get up every morning eager to go to work. You know, at a time when it's hard for employers to find employees. It's hard to keep employees. Here I am begging to keep my job, but it's because I love it so much. I'm committed that much to Bradley County. I don't shop out of town. I don't very often eat out of town or anything else. I do my business here in Bradley County because of my commitment to the people of this community. It's a wonderful job. I think we've done a good job over the years of planning to move Bradley County forward, and I think we've done that. I think it's evident. If you just look around the community, things are great. That doesn't mean we don't have challenges. We always will have. Everybody has those challenges, but we have a history of planning to address those things, and we'll continue to do that as time goes on.
All right. Thank you, Mayor Davis. Now, Chairman Mull, let's go over to you.
Oh, well, thank you, Steve. Appreciate you having us here. Opportunity to come and do this so people of our community can hear our thoughts on our community. I kind of echo what Mayor Davis said with the Forsey family. That's a very sad situation, and my prayers go out to them and during this time. Also, the weather. April's not been very kind to Bradley County over the last several years, and we just pray that these storms will dissipate and not be anything serious for our community, but we'll be on standby as to respond to that. You know, people ask me all the time, why are you running? Why do you want to do this? And you know, I've always been about public service. That's why I went into education. Was to serve people, and I grew up in a family of my mother, my grandfather rather, serving the public in their positions when they were county trustee and circuit court clerk. So I've always had that desire to serve. I appreciate the people of the 3rd District elected me for the last two terms to serve, and fellow commissioners for allowing me to be the chair over the last 4 years. One of the main reasons why I am running is I see us growing in a community that are going to be very challenging times. What I don't see, I think we do a good job on a year-to-year basis, but I question about any vision for what we want our community to look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15, and I think leadership needs to step up and kind of direct that. I think leadership is important, and I think it matters who leads and directs that.
All right, and we'll go now to our first question, and we're just going to go, we'll continue to just go back and forth here. And the first question is, what, in your opinion, what is the role of a county mayor? I mean, what is the role of county mayor? And we'll go back over to you, Mayor Davis.
Well, the good thing about the job is in a given day, the county mayor wears several hats. In a given week, dozens of hats, and it could change at the spur of the moment, so to speak. That would be hard for a lot of people to handle, but it's the part I love about the job, because you never get bored. I've never had a bored minute in the years I've been in office. You ask what the main purpose probably, or I see it as the main responsibility, or the most important responsibility of the county mayor is the financial aspect of the county. The county mayor is technically the CFO for the county. It's my responsibility as county mayor to see that Bradley County stays financially sound, that we have budgets in order, that we're able to pay our bills, and so forth. And there's several ways of gauging that, but over the years, for example, when I came into office, our bond rating was A-. We got it up to an A, then an A+, and eventually we got it up to a AA bond rating. That's the best you can be in a county our size. That only pertains to borrowing money. It determines the rate that you pay, but it also is an indicator of the finances of the county. Our audits have always come in good. We've won the budget award for 13 years in a row, the audit award for about 16 or 17 years in a row, which is a good gauge of that also. So even though there's many hats, many responsibilities of the county mayor, I was asked one time, why did I want to be a county mayor? And I said I was looking for a job with a lot of responsibility and very little authority. I don't have much authority, but I'm in a situation to work with a lot of people that can get a lot of things done. But on a day-to-day basis, payroll of the county, paying the accounts payable for the county, that's the two main responsibilities, and we've done a great job over the years in that aspect.
All right, Chairman Mull, same question. What, in your opinion, is the role of the county mayor?
Well, obviously, the chief financial officer of a county is very, very important. You have to be fiscal responsible and pay the bills and do the things that the mayor just mentioned. That is a priority to take place. However, I feel a little bit differently about that. That is a big focus. But I think that person is also the leader of the county. I think that they look to that. If you look, anytime we have any tragedy, if we have a tornado incident, when we had the pandemic, if you remember the pandemic, when all that happened, the two people at the table who the media came to were Mayor Brooks and Mayor Davis to look for leadership and how we were going to move forward. I think that is vital. I think leadership matters. When we're looking at things to bring in new roads or whatever like that, I think that leadership, you set the tone. If you need to meet with state officials about anything that this county may need, you need to have a good relationship with them and reach out to them about what we need. I think the mayor's office, the mayor himself, needs to set the tone for how the community wants to go and move forward, and work with the commission and collaboration with other elected officials and community leaders to find out where we need to go and set that tone. They set the culture, they set the morale for not only county government but also the community as a whole. I think that's very, very vital in a county mayor. It's to me, the day-to-day is the paying the bills. The whole focus of that is the leadership portion.
All right, if you're listening to us this morning or watching, we're on Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We're on MixTV.tv, which of course you can go back and watch the full debate there. I'm going to ask one more question, and then we're going to take a break here. And I'm going to begin with you, Chairman Mull. What, in your estimation, are the three biggest issues facing Bradley County at this time? So the three biggest, and I guess we could also tie in to that, because I had a couple of questions with the same theme, basically, top priorities. And so I'll go to you, and then, of course, we'll go to Mayor Davis.
Well, I really think we're at a tipping point in our community. We're growing at a considerable rate, and one of the main priorities is determining how we're going to grow. Are we going to invest in our community to do the things that we need to do? Infrastructure is a huge issue in our community right now. Go down. It used to be a couple of the main roads were crowded, and most of the time those were around, early morning hours or work, when people were getting off work. Today, you can go down Key Street, Paul Huff, any of the major roads, and what happens, you see a lot of people, because it's so crowded, going and cutting through neighborhoods and things of that sort. So I think we have to consider some things, some other options, some other ways for people to get around. So that infrastructure, we have sewer situations in the county, septic issues that need to be addressed, failing septic systems. So we have to do those things to help recruit industry that we've done a pretty good job. We have to fill spring what's the name of it? Yeah, Spring Grant, to bring in the industry there. It's a very important thing that we need to do there. I've got four, but you said three, so I think our first responders and public safety is critical. I think we have some issues there that we need to address to help us keep this community safe. And then also education is always going to be a key issue. I feel that we have to continue to do the things like the Pie Center, which will bring other opportunities for students and help industry as well. Those are the major things that I feel that we have to focus on in the next 4 years and really and beyond.
All right, Mayor Davis, same question. Basically, and your feeling, the three biggest issues facing Bradley County, and tie in there as far as your top priorities.
Top priorities, and we don't call them issues, we call them challenges, but our priorities have always been, my time in office, educated people with good jobs living in a safe place. That means education's a top priority. Bringing in good jobs is a top priority, and living in a safe place, which is our emergency services. We've got proof of all of those things being a top priority for the last several years, and will continue to be our top priorities. I'm reminded, talking about leadership, I'm reminded of a previous election a few years ago. The headline in the newspaper said, "Bradley County lacks leadership." That was the day after my opponent spoke at the Kiwanis Club. And 5 months later, we were announcing the biggest investment ever in Bradley County, a company called Valker. That's lack of leadership. Leadership has several hats, and whether it be, we could talk about addressing things as they come up. I don't wear the hat of emergency services addressing tornadoes on a daily basis, but we've had really three major tornadoes. Take the first one in 2011, for example. We had much more destruction in Bradley County than Hamilton County had. We were cleaned up before Hamilton County ever started. That's leadership. I'm not taking credit for it. That's really our emergency services, but contracting with the company, get it done quick, cleaned up before Hamilton County even started. In my opinion, that's leadership. And leadership does matter. Experienced conservative leadership really matters. And from what's going on across our nation today, experienced conservative leadership matters now more than ever, in my opinion. But the three top priorities, education, jobs, and emergency services, keeping our communities safe. Our challenges, we've done such a great job of promoting Cleveland and Bradley County that people from all over are wanting to come here. They're wanting to come here to live, to work, to raise their families. It's always been a wonderful community, but now the word's getting out and people are coming here. I run into people almost daily from, say, California. Why did you come to Bradley County? We heard it's a place to be. It's a conservative community and we want to live there. So addressing the challenges that go along with that growth, and I'm out of time, are really our top challenges for the next few years and probably from now on.
We'll be able to revisit some of this going forward. All right, we're going to take our first break. Right here, you are listening to Mix 104.1. Also watching us on MixTV.tv. It's the first of what will be 5 in our debate series, our Mix Mornings debate series. Thanks to our friends Ralph and Shari, Ralph Jr., Ralph Buckner Funeral Home, Shari and the family. They have always, going back to Ralph Buckner Sr., and the family have really put a high priority on civic matters, and this is very important to them. We appreciate that. So we're going to take a break right here. And Bridget, I tell you, I want to start with you because we do have those traffic situations out there. So we'll take a traffic break right here. Bridget?
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol Report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. April is Chevy Truck Month at Don Ledford Chevrolet in Cleveland, where they say yes. Buyers of select new 21 and 22 Silverado light and heavy duty trucks, or 21 and 22 Colorado trucks, get $1,000 toward eligible accessories or a $500 rebate. That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Lee Highway. Crews working to clear up an accident on Georgetown Road at Eveningside Drive. That's going to be near Cleveland Middle School. Also Spring Place Road near Hardee's, right there at the entrance ramp to APD 40. And then also a report earlier this morning of the traffic lights flashing at the intersection of Keith Street, Inman, and Harrison Pike. So we'll keep you up to date. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499.
All right, we'll come right back with more in just a moment. 8:25, your local time, brought to you by your local community college, Cleveland State. Always puts our community first, clevelandstatecc.edu. This news.
At some point in your life, you may be faced with a legal challenge, whether it be a personal injury, business dispute, or family matter. Our goal is to overcome your legal obstacles and get your life back on track.
If you or a loved one have been injured or have legal issues confronting you and your family, talk with someone on our team. We will investigate your problem to determine the facts and the law. Working together, we can develop a plan to obtain the result you deserve.
Hello, my name is Paul Rush, and I'm running to be your next criminal court judge in Tennessee's 10th Judicial District against Sandra Donaghy. In these unprecedented times, it's vital that we take a hard look at who's leading us at every level of government. I'm running because our community deserves a judge who can get the law right, who has the energy to enact meaningful change, and the courage to preserve our conservative Tennessee values in the courtroom. I am a native Tennessean. I was born here. I was educated here. I'm raising a family here. I serve here. I've practiced criminal law here locally for nearly 2 decades from both sides of the courtroom. I will ensure that my rulings are fair, just, and accurate the first time. Together, we can be the change this community needs. For such a time as this, I am asking for your vote in the May 3rd Republican primary. Thank you. I'm Paul Rush, and I approve this message.
My dad says our new Linux system saves energy.
Well, saving energy means saving money.
A lot of money?
Yep.
Time for a raise in my allowance.
Savings year after year.
A big raise.
Call today for perfect air you can feel in your home and savings you can feel in your wallet.
Lennox. Air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Dale's Heating and Air today.
Ocoee OBGYN is a local and trusted women's care center in Cleveland, Tennessee. They understand that everyone's health needs are unique. Therefore, Ocoee OBGYN will deliver care that accommodates you. From routine annual exams and screenings to delivering babies, Ocoee OBGYN does it all. To plan a visit or get an appointment, give them a call at 339-8881. That's 339-8881. Or check them out at OcoeeOBGYN.com. Ocoee OBGYN.
Need a metal roof for your home or business? Come see us at Best Buy Metals, a leading manufacturer of metal roofing products. Looking for great service? Check. Want to choose from a wide variety of metal roofing products? Check. How about complimentary takeoffs and free estimates for commercial and residential projects? Check and check. From small orders to semi-loads, we've got you covered. Literally. Best Buy Metals. Quality roofing that lasts a lifetime. Come see us today.
We can do that for you. Crawford's Pharmacy for more than 40 years. Chambliss Avenue, just down from Tonova. All right, we're going to get back to our Bradley County Mayor debate in just a moment. But first, it's time for the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center, where Roger Pickett says, vote Mermaid.
If you shop for a mattress and they tell you about some long delay because of industry shortages, come to Mermaid Mattress. Buy it today, we'll make it tomorrow, and deliver it the next day. It's all about being local.
All right, from Local 3 weather, we're going to have a cold front moving through our area between 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. today, moving from west to east. This will bring a broken line of storms, so the individual storms won't last long, but they will be strong to severe. We're under a level 3 out of 5 for an enhanced risk for numerous severe storms. The primary threat, damaging gusting winds, and then also isolated tornadoes and hail up to 1 inch possible. So we'll have a high of 77 today and a low of 45 this evening. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 65 and a low of 41. Mostly cloudy during the day on Friday with a high of only 53. Your current Vascular Institute temperature is 56 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix, family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Call them at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
All right, we welcome you back, everyone. We are in the first of what will be 5 debates in our Mixed Mornings debate series presented by Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory. I'm Steve Hardline. We're joined once again by the candidates, Bradley County Mayor Gary Davis and Bradley County Commission Chairman Johnny Mull. And questions, we developed our own questions, but then we reached out to the listening and the viewing audience for questions leading into this. And so a question that came up, and we're going to begin with you, Mayor Davis, on this one. And this is for both of you. How would you or do you work with the city of Cleveland to meet Bradley County goals? That's a question that came in. Mayor Davis, I'll begin with you.
Great question. I'm glad you bring that up, or people bring it up, because there's a really big misconception out there about the cooperation between the city and county. I can only speak for the county mayor's office, but the county mayor's office, we've worked well for many, many years with Tom Rowland and the Cleveland mayor's office, and we've continued to do that with Kevin Brooks. Mayor Rowland and I would meet or talk at least once a week, and Kevin and I meet and talk fairly regularly. When you talk about doing things together with the county, we do lots of things jointly, whether it's providing an industrial park for our community, or a lot of times we jointly do roads. The connector road to the industrial park was done jointly with the city and county. The connector roads to Whirlpool was done jointly with the city and county, and we could go on and on. We work together greatly. Sometimes the governing bodies will have issues, and that's what makes the news, and so the misconception is that we don't. I can call the city manager if I have a problem, I need help with something. He's always there. He's been very supportive with things, and vice versa. And the same thing with Janice Castile and so forth on back. A good working relationship. I wish people didn't think we didn't have that, but I understand where they get it from. But we work great together, and we need to work together, because I don't see the city limits lines on most things. I want things to benefit our community, and I really don't care if it's inside or outside the city. Some things are constrained by that city limits, but we've got to work together. I think the people expect us to, and I can honestly say without a doubt that we do work together great.
Same question working with the city, Chairman Mull.
Well, I agree with what Mayor Davis just said about it's vital that we do work with the city, and I echo that. I think we do most of the time work well. Every now and then we'll have, whether it be a council member or a commissioner, make comments that I wish they wouldn't make, because it doesn't help situations. But overall, I think we do work well together in most situations. Many things we've worked together without any major issues. I think we have to continue to do that, because it doesn't matter where the lines are. If you live in the city, you live in Bradley County, whether that be the city of Cleveland or the city of Charleston, or if you live in McDonald or where you might live, you live in Bradley County. So we have to work with the city. I think anytime you work together and collaborate together, it's vital. It makes things better for our community. I think there's a healthy not debate, but competition maybe between the city and county. I don't see anything wrong with that. We might kid each other at times about situations, but have a very good relationship with Mayor Brooks, with Joe Fivas, the city manager, and the councilman over at the city. So I think maybe we could possibly look to do some other things together, but that requires everybody willing to do that, and I think most are. I don't think, we used to see more, I don't know, fights or whatever you call it, things in the paper about city and county blaming each other for this or that. We don't see a whole lot of that anymore, and I think we need to work and strive to continue to do that. It's, as they say, we're better together.
Another topic that came up quite a bit from our audience and from the public is taxes. And so I'm going to begin with you, Chairman Mull. And the question that we received, we received various versions of this question, so we're going to boil it down a little bit. Will you or would you raise taxes to address needs in Bradley County?
Well, that's an interesting question. When I ran for commission, I was asked the same thing by fellow people. I think you have to look at the needs of the community and see where we are and see where the revenues are and see if things justify anything like that. I think raising property taxes is the last thing that you should do, other options. However, I think you have to invest in your community if need be. I don't think you can those foundational things like law enforcement, education, infrastructure, and economic development, job creation. I don't think you can let any of those things crumble or cracks, because if the foundation cracks, then the community begins to crack. I'm proud of the fact that there's 95 counties in the state of Tennessee. Bradley County is 92nd in property tax rate. So there's only 3 counties that have a lower property tax rate than Bradley County. Now, it's interesting to note that although that's the case, I hear a lot of times about we need to live within our means, and I understand that. I agree with that. But Bradley County's means as a whole, we're the 15th wealthiest county in the state of Tennessee. So we're living well within our means and doing the things done. So I think the situation meets that. I think the economic times where we are, right now with inflation the way it is, people are scared to death about that. I think you have to weigh that out. Hopefully you can find some consensus where you don't have to, but I don't think you can ever say you would never do that if you want to truly do what's best for the community.
Mayor Davis, same question about taxes.
First of all, on the 92nd thing, really there's only 2 counties that have a lower tax rate than us, because Sevier County is an exceptional county. They get to keep most all of their sales tax. They're a tourist county. They never have raised taxes, I don't believe, because they don't need to. Most of their revenue comes from sales tax that we all pay when we go visit the Gatlinburg area. So I envy them in a way. But, as I walk through the neighborhoods of Bradley County, I hear 2 things mentioned the most. I hear lots of comments, a lot of positive comments. Sometimes people voice their concerns with me. But the 2 things they mention most right now during these times is inflation, thank you, Joe Biden, and also their concern for increasing taxes. I've presented 21 budgets to the County Commission, and not one of those budgets has required a tax increase, and that's continuing to meet our top priorities. We've met those priorities, and we've done it without raising taxes in my budget proposals. How have we done that? We have worked very hard over the years to do two things here in Bradley County, to grow our county numerically and to grow the value of our county. And that's evident when you go to sell a house. Our values are increasing. You know, if you invest in Wall Street, if you have a 401k, you want the value to grow. Well, when you invest in a home in Bradley County, the value grows. We've grown the value of this community. We've grown the community numerically, which means we're bringing in a lot more revenue. And yes, taking that additional revenue, we should live within our means, just like the people have to do it at home. I know who I work for, and it's the taxpayers of Bradley County. They're taxed enough. They know we've got growth, and they tell me at the door, when I knock on the door, if they're willing to talk to me, they tell me, don't tax me anymore, live within your means, just like I have to do in my house. I had one person tell me that and then shut the door. They got their message to me loud and clear. I've always listened to that message, but I take it seriously. Our taxes are enough. We need to live within our means and continue to grow our community.
All right, we'll have one more question here. Then we're going to take another break in just a moment. I heard the word. We hear this a lot. Infrastructure. We hear that a lot, and we talk about and we think about a lot transportation and traffic. And I've heard both of you allude to that at some points. Not just here today, but going in the campaign here. Let's talk about infrastructure. What are our biggest needs? But I'm specifically interested also in transportation and in traffic. Mayor Davis, what do you think? You hear people say, hey, we can't hardly get across town. Are there solutions to that, do you think?
Well, I would hope there are, and a lot of that's our own fault because we've done such a good job of growing our community and bringing people here. People want to come here and live. The downside to that is increased traffic. I could stand here and talk and lay out a plan of how we could fix that traffic, but I have no jurisdiction inside the city limits. Now, I can work with the Cleveland mayor and the city of Cleveland, and I'm a member of the MPO, which is basically city mayor, city vice mayor, and county mayor. I'm on that MPO where we plan improvements. Intersection improvements that you see going on around the city are because of the MPO. But my simple role as county mayor, I have no jurisdiction inside the city, but that is probably our biggest concern from the citizens is increased traffic. I use myself as an example. I live in an area where people are going to work at Vocker, they're going to work at Amazon, and certain times of the day they're going to school at Walker Valley. Increased traffic. Sometimes I can't get out of my driveway, but I sit there and think those people are going to a good job, and I appreciate that, and I think they do too. But growth and growing a community like we've been doing does bring challenges, and traffic inside the city is a major concern of our citizens. I think we need to stay on top of those things as much as possible. I think the city right now is doing a good job of making several intersection improvements and so forth, and they need to keep doing that. I don't know if there are enough of those going on, but they are making things a little better. A lot of it's because people want to be in the same location. You know, the announcement of Popeyes coming to Cleveland, and without being told where, I knew where. They're going to go to the same place everything else has been going. Well, that makes traffic even worse in that area. Could you plan for it? Well, they built a 5-lane highway. You would think that was plans, but when everything goes in one location and growth is going on at the same time, you're going to have traffic issues, and we just need to try to stay on top of those, address them the best we can, and continue to promote our community and making Cleveland and Bradley County even better, in my opinion.
Same question, Chairman Mull, and that is transportation, traffic, infrastructure. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I agree it's definitely an issue. You try to get anywhere in Bradley County right now, as I mentioned earlier, you have issue doing that. You know, there's basically two options you can do. You can begin widening major roads, or you can consider building other roads to offset that and get people other, opportunities to get around that traffic. Several years ago, the county and city, I believe the city was involved as well, looked at a plan for that and came across with some opportunities for east-west corridors. It's hard to get east-west, and most of our major roads go north-south, so we need more east-west corridors to look to do that. You know, one thing I've always wondered, exit 20, that was our original exit to get to Cleveland years ago, and then exit 25 came, and we built a bypass, ABD 40, and it's not really a bypass. It's a a U that goes off exit 20, circles around, and comes off where you can come down 25th Street and on down and get off there. To me, foresight and seeing that and working with state leaders and others would have been to take that all the way around the county. There's been many places I've been, and I go down a road that, why did they build this road? And I go back 5 years and I see all the development that came off of that road. I think you have to think about those things and look toward that future and see, okay, if we do this, what are the impact to your community? So I think that's the major thing to begin looking at, is looking at other access points for people to get around that traffic. So if they don't have to go down Paul Huff Parkway, they don't want to. So we have to consider that. I think that is more feasible than widening roads that are already crowded, because then you're going to take, a lot of people's homes are right there on the road. You look at Mouse Creek Road, Paul Huff businesses, etc. They're right there. Michigan Avenue. I live on Michigan Avenue, and it's very busy.
All right. We're going to pause one more time here at 8:44. It's our Mixed Mornings debate series presented by Rob Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory. We're getting this morning with our Bradley County Mayor's race. The next few mornings after today, beginning tomorrow, we'll have the judicial races and then the Bradley County Road Superintendent race. We're on Mix 104.1, MixTV.tv. Bridget, let's get a check of the streets and find out what's happening with you.
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. Buick buyers, it's time for Don Ledford Buick GMC's springtime sales event. This month, Buick and GMC are teaming up to offer the same great finance plans. You can get 0% APR financing for up to 36 months on any new 2022 Buick and most new 2022 GMCs. That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Lee Highway. We have no accidents to tell you about this morning. Those troubles from earlier have been cleaned up and are out of the way. Drive safely out there. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid-a-Pest Mix line is 614-6499. This traffic report brought to you by Drain Right Guttering. Call them at 423-472-7018. Online at drainrightguttering.com. The go-to gutter guys.
Did you know that?
Hi, I'm Sandra Donaghy, your criminal court judge. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and trusting me to serve as your judge for the last 7 years. I've been a lawyer for 38 years and practiced on all sides of the courtroom. My husband and I live here in Cleveland, but my judicial district covers Bradley County, McMinn County, Monroe County, and Polk County. As your criminal court judge, I have worked hard to hold offenders accountable, guard the rights of victims, yet give those that really want to change their life an alternative. I am seeking re-election. The primary is May 3rd, 2022. I humbly and respectfully ask for your vote. If you'd like more information, please see my Facebook page at Sandra Donaghy, Criminal Court Judge. Thank you.
This is Sandra Donaghy, and I approve this message.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthauer, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Abra Auto Body and Glass takes the hassle out of auto body repairs. We work with all major insurance carriers. Abra Auto Body and Glass has 5 locations to serve you better in Chattanooga, Hickson, and here in Cleveland on South Lee Highway. Call 478-2700 in Cleveland to schedule an appointment or check out all their services at abraauto.com.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of the relationship that I've developed with my care team.
They take me directly back and start evaluating my needs.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of its flexibility, and so should you.
DPCA. Practice made perfect.
Bender Realty is proud to have 3 agents who've been in real estate for over 40 years. The experts at Bender Realty don't just live here, they volunteer and contribute to the community in our area.
Our involvement in the community of who being able to reach out to, whether it's city planner, county planner, economic development committee, to help you bring new businesses into the Cleveland area. We're all involved and able to keep up with what's going on and what's coming into Cleveland.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty. Wholesale Supply Group, you've heard the name for years. The experts trust them, and you should too. Whether you're building, remodeling, or just maintaining your home, Wholesale Supply Group has all the plumbing, electrical, and HVAC products you need to supply any project. With great brands like Delta, Kohler, Rinnai, Mansfield, Progress Lighting, Square D, GE, and Milwaukee, Wholesale Supply has everything you need. Check out the locations in Cleveland, Chattanooga, Athens, Dayton, Madisonville, Dalton, and Chatsworth. Online, wholesalesupply.us. And remember, Wholesale Supply is open to the public.
Center of Cleveland.
All right, from Local 3 weather, we are going to have a cold front moving through our area between 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. tonight, moving from west to east. This will be a broken line of storms, so the individual storms won't last long, but they will be strong to severe. We're under a level 3 out of 5, enhanced risk for numerous severe storms. The primary threat, damaging wind gusts, isolated tornadoes, and hail up to 1 inch possible as well with this cold front. We'll have a high of 76 today and a low of 44 this evening. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 65 and a low of 40, and then mostly cloudy during the day on Friday with a high of only 52. Your current Vascular Institute temperature is 57 degrees.
All right, we welcome you back at everybody at 11 minutes before 9 a.m. here on Mix 104.1. Or on MixTV.tv. And as Bridget mentions, the severe weather, it's a great reminder. Download our free Mix 104.1 app on your phone, your mobile device. We send weather alerts that way. You can listen that way, watch us that way, especially in a severe weather situation. Download at mymix1041.com. We're joined once again by Bradley County Mayor Gary Davis and Bradley County Commission Chairman Johnny Mull. Let's go to education for just a moment. And Chairman Mull, I want to begin with you. As you think about education, what are our biggest needs? And I would also use that word as far as you personally, your priorities.
Well, that's in my wheelhouse. That's what I went into and what I'm still in is in my current job as a supervisor at the central office. Education, to me, the challenges that we're facing is some of the growth factors. Those are things, I mean, not in the fact that our enrollment, but our the diversity that we have within our schools as far as different people and coming from different backgrounds and issues, I think, things like that. Education is changing, forever. When you were probably in school, when Bridget was in school, the thing was college, 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 college. Today we're thinking a little differently because there's so many great opportunities for young people in career tech jobs like welders and machinists and electricians, etc. Heavy equipment operators. Great careers with good money, and everybody doesn't go to college, and that's not their thing. A liberal arts degree will not get you very much once you get out. You have a degree, you've earned that, but as far as getting a good job, it doesn't necessarily mean a lot. So our focus has changed to that. I'm excited about the Pie Center. I think it is going to be, and I've said it since day one, I think it is going to be one of the biggest impacts to Bradley County and education around. It'll give so many young people opportunities to do things, to get them in a place where they can focus and find out something they want to do, and also help us avoid them getting into trouble. If we don't focus on education and continue to do that, if you don't have an educated community and supply a skilled workforce, then the other alternative is going to be build a bigger jail, because that's typically what happens if they're uneducated. So I think that's where we are.
Mayor Davis, same question about education.
Well, education's always been our top priority, and it's where the majority of our budget goes, as it should. For years, we worked with the state and trying to convince them that education is a big responsibility of state government, and they've really stepped up to the plate over the years, and they've increased funding to schools dramatically in the last 6 or 8 years especially, and that's helped a lot. We're still faced with the capital part of funding schools, and I think we've done a good job. We've borrowed, I know I've borrowed roughly $150 million for education buildings. So basically it's to the point now where local government provides the capital needs and state government provides the operational needs. The Pie Center is a wonderful thing. Industry's been telling us for years we need trained workforce, not necessarily college graduates. And when the Pie Center idea came along, the County Commission jumped on it, and I think it's a great idea. I have to mention, in addition to the high school, the 2 elementary schools, and rebuilding the middle schools, and additions to all the elementary schools, I was reminded last night that Charleston didn't get an addition, but all the other elementary schools have had additions. The Pie Center, too, is being built without any tax increase money, as it should be. But it's a great thing. I think it will provide benefits to our local industry, and down the road it'll help us in recruiting new industry.
All right, let me go to this question now, and I'm going to begin with you, Mayor Davis, on this one. What are you proudest of? Well, if you think over your time, this will be the same question for you, Chairman. What sticks out? What are you really proud of?
Well, I wish I wasn't limited to 2 minutes because there are so many things. I'll very quickly 2 come to mind, and again I have to say the thing that I've already talked about, being able to say that I've presented 21 budgets without a tax increase. Every budget was balanced, every budget met the needs. I go back to those days of Dan Gilley as sheriff. He was tough to deal with, but after the budget was proposed and eventually approved, he would come forward with the attitude, you know, I asked for $700,000, Bradley County can only afford $400,000, we'll make it work. Wonderful attitude, and over time it did work. In addition to those schools, though, the new Justice Center, the new Juvenile Center, and on and on and on. So the fact that we've been able to do all of these number of things and still have balanced budgets without raising your taxes, that's probably the most proud thing, and hopefully the most proud thing that Bradley Countyans have. The other thing is, since I only used half of my time, on a more personal note, when I came into office, a personal goal I had was my family and I had camped in Townsend for years and rode our bikes and walked on the Greenway. Bradley County didn't have a Greenway. Now, I'm not going to take credit for the Greenway, but when I came onto the job, I started saying, you know, why don't we have a Greenway in Bradley County? A little old town like Townsend has a wonderful Greenway. Bradley County doesn't have one. So I started talking it up, and it came to my attention that Van Deeken had already spurred the idea, so to speak, and was working on it with his juvenile department. So we got together and we pushed the idea. It took a year or 2 to get that first phase up and going. When we finally got the first phase, then it was kind of controversial. People said, why are we building a greenway along a street that already has a sidewalk? Well, fast forward 6, 8, 9, 10 years. One of the most popular things ever done in Bradley County was our Greenway project. It's still growing and will continue to grow, but it's a beautiful asset in our community, and it's one of the things that helps attract people and other businesses and industry to our community.
Same question, Chairman Maul, in your time in public service, what are you proud of?
Well, probably the 2 most important things I think we've done is Spring Branch, the industrial park, bringing that here and getting that to create opportunities for industry to come for the skilled workforce that we're creating. I think that's going to be a huge impact. You know, sometimes you get criticized when you look at doing things like that. People think it might be a waste of money. I think it's going to come to fruition that that's not going to be the case, and in the future that's going to be great for us. The other thing I mentioned earlier is I think the Pie Center, I was in on the front end of that. I remember the first person ever mentioned anything about it to me was Ron Spangler. And when he was the principal at Coy Middle School, and he said, hey, how about this idea? And he pitched that a little bit, and I said, look, we need to go and start talking to some people about that. I think it'll have a huge impact, not only here, but regionally. And I really think what you'll see happen in the next 10 years is you'll see regional centers just like the Pie Center pop up across the state. everyone that comes in from the state to look at what's going on there are blown away about that possibility. So those are two things. Since we have time, I'll just kind of do what the mayor just did. Personally, when I became chairman of the county commission after being on it for 4 years, we addressed many things all the time, but I didn't feel like we had a focus. So the first thing I did when I became chairman was ask all commissioners to give me what their priorities were. And then I took all those priorities and collectively put them and determined these are the main things that we're going to focus on. That's the main things that we have. And so it gave us some direction for the next 4 years, and we've stuck to that, and I'm proud of that.
All right, so here is where we're going. I'm going to do one more segment. We started about, according to my notes, about 9 past the hour of 8, so I told you 1 hour. We're going to stick to that. One final segment to come. We're going to take a quick break here one more time and come back. You're listening to Mix 104.1 Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We're on mixtv.tv. This is the first of 5 Mix Mornings debate series debates. Really appreciate these gentlemen coming in this morning and sharing their views with our audience. We think it's so important. My friends Ralph and Shari Buckner think it's important. Ralph Jr. and, of course, his dad, Ralph Buckner Sr., and Ralph Buckner Funeral Home. They very much are civically minded, and so they are sponsoring these debate series as we go forward. All right. Final break here. We're going to come back. One last segment in just a moment. Stand by. And I tell you what, Bridget, I'm going to go back to you for a final check of traffic. What's happening?
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's time for Don Ledford's annual pre-owned springtime sales event. Did you know that Don Ledford has over 175 quality pre-owned vehicles available right now, and over 130 of them are SUVs and trucks? That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Highway. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid-A-Pest Mix line is 614-6499. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
And a quick news update from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk, and a couple of stories we're following this morning. Bradley County Board of Education Chairman Troy Weathers was in our studios around 7 o'clock this morning. He said that based on what Senator Mike Bell, the resolution that he introduced in the state Senate yesterday, talking about board members Weathers and board member Rodney Dillard moving out of their districts, Board Chairman Weathers said that, number one, they will both be resigning effective at the board meeting next Thursday, the 14th. They don't want to cause any problems. However, he said they were well within their rights, according to the school board attorney. If you want to go back and look at that interview from about 7 o'clock this morning, go to mixtv.tv. You'll be able to watch it there. More on that story. Also, that tragic traffic crash yesterday on I-75 claimed the life of longtime Clevelander Rick Forshee. The Forshee family, longtime owners of Cherokee Pharmacy. That's Terry Forshee's brother, Rick. Terry, as the mayor mentioned earlier, member of the Emergency 911 Board. We're just terribly saddened by this. Our thoughts and prayers with the Forshees this morning. As Rick died, he was the fatality in that crash that shut down the interstate for several hours. I-75 southbound just before 7 o'clock yesterday morning. There is more news. We'll have all of that. It's all on our website. Also at mymix1041.com.
This half hour of Mix Mornings is brought to you by Vascular Institute. The VIC team of physicians and medical providers is accepting new patient appointments right here in the Ocoee region. To make an appointment, call 602-2750 or visit vascularinstituteofchattanooga.com.
This is Andrew.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Goodyear brand tires in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
This is John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway, with great news. Interest rates are super low, and your old car is worth more than ever. So if you're wondering if you should be buying a new Kia, it's a no-brainer. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. If you've got $500 down and you make $2,000 a month, I'll do my best to get you approved. Come see me, John Davis, at Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee, where car buying is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
I'm Eric Gardner at Volunteer Rid-A-Pest, and we're a local termite and pest control company. And I feel it's very important to do business with local companies. I certainly do. We shop locally anytime we can. The reason is the profit dollars you spend with local companies stay right here and circulate within our community. If you spend dollars out of town with out-of-town companies, those dollars go out of town. It supports their schools and maintains their roads and bridges. So spend your dollars locally, it just makes sense.
Peyton Southeastern is hiring. If you are looking for a stable, long-term career, they have an immediate opportunity for full-time employment with advancement opportunities available. Potential to earn over $20 an hour. Apply now at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. That's jobs.kroger.com.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Cleveland. I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Beerthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Abra Auto Body and Glass takes the hassle out of auto body repairs. We work with all major insurance carriers. Abra Auto Body and Glass has 5 locations to serve you better in Chattanooga, Hickson, and here in Cleveland on South Lee Highway. Call 478-2700 in Cleveland to schedule an appointment or check out all their services at abraauto.com.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time.
We're at 9:04.
Thank you to the hundreds of customers that left 5-star reviews after their experience of buying from us at Mermaid Mattress.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Andrew B. Morgan for Sessions Court Judge.
This is Andrew Morgan.
Well, we'll go right back to that. It's my fault. Bridget, let's check the weather.
Okay, from Local 3 weather, we are going to have a cold front moving through our area, moving from west to east between 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. tonight. It'll be a broken line of storms, so the individual storms won't last long, but they will be strong to severe. We're under a level 3 out of 5 for an enhanced risk for numerous severe storms. The primary threat, damaging wind gusts, isolated tornadoes, and hail up to 1 inch possible. We'll have a high of 76 today, a low of 44 tonight. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 65 and a low of 40. Mostly cloudy during the day on Friday with a high of only 52. Your current Vascular Institute temperature is 58 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by Andrew B. Morgan for Sessions Court Judge.
Hi, I'm Andrew Morgan. I was born and raised in Bradley County. I've always sought to live, work, and serve in Bradley County, and I hope to continue doing that as your next General Sessions Civil and Juvenile Court Judge. I humbly ask for your vote as the conservative, honest, and fair candidate for Judge.
Paid for by the committee to elect Andrew B. Morgan, Ben Absher, Treasurer.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios, this is Mix 1041 WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens. Download the free Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be. BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is 9:06, our final segment of our the first of our Mixed Mornings debate series. Thanks again, Rob Buckner Funeral Home and Cremator. We're back with our candidates for Bradley County Mayor. We have Bradley County Mayor Gary Davis and the challenger Bradley County Commission Chairman Johnny Mull. And just a couple of more questions here. And the following questions came in from our audience. And Chairman Mull, I'm going to begin with you. And these are going to be individual questions, actually. Chairman Mull, this is the question. If you were to be elected as Bradley County Mayor, you would be the Chief Financial Officer of Bradley County. What experience do you have to be the CFO of Bradley County?
Operational supervisor of Bradley County Schools. I deal with about a $7 million budget that I have to deal with, every year and set that. It involves utilities, it involves, taking care of our grounds, our buildings, etc. So custodial services, etc. So I've had that experience. Obviously, this is a larger budget than that, but I deal with that on a daily basis and yearly basis, and I've been always able to stay within the budget. So I've been used to dealing with budgets.
All right, so that is an individual question from the audience for Chairman Mull. Now, Mayor Davis, for you. This question came in. What decision would you change, or what areas would you change if you were to be reelected, or even things that you could improve upon, according to this question?
What areas could I improve upon? There's most every area could use improvement. We always have the attitude we do the best we can. We're always looking for ways to improve. When our audit comes out, they call them findings. We look at those as areas to improve from the financial aspect. The various departments, I think we have very good fire departments, ambulance services, and law enforcement and everything, but we need to continue working to improve those, mainly by doing more to recruit new employees and do more to retain existing employees. Employers all across the country and all across this area are having problems with recruiting and retaining employees, and we need to do a better job in that area, because when we hire someone and train them, a lot of times, often we end up losing them to someone else. So we need to do a better job there. That would probably be the most important thing. What decision would I change? I think the biggest mistake Bradley County's made since I've been in office, and this has nothing to do to the new owner, but I think selling Bradley Memorial Hospital was a huge mistake. That's hindsight, and hindsight's 20/20. At the time, it felt like the thing we had to do, the thing we needed to do. But if I had to do it over, I would look at that one a lot more seriously. We have a nursing home. I'm very proud of it. We had a hospital. I was very proud of it, and I think we should have, in hindsight, kept that. But I think Bradley County is doing well, and we will continue to have the attitude of looking at ways to improve in every aspect.
All right, those are my questions, and now we're going to turn the tables a little bit. I would like for each of you to ask a question of each other. So if you want to ask, and we're going to begin with Mayor Davis, a question for Chairman Mull. Chairman Mull, a question for Mayor Davis. So Mayor Davis, I'm going to begin with you. Any question you'd like to ask Chairman Mull?
That should take some thought, and I don't have time to put the thought into it. So what do I want to ask Chairman? I guess just being candidly, right off the bat, I understand his motives, and he thinks that well, first of all, he wants to do the job, and he can probably do it better. I would have to assume is his attitude on that. But I don't understand, if you're doing a good job, why anyone in this organization would be trying to get you fired. And that's what it amounts to. I think we have done a great job. If the people of Bradley County will look at it as a referendum on whether they've done the job that we elected them to do, I know we have done the job that I was elected to do. I think we've done it well. Has there been mistakes? Sure, we're humans, but we will continue to work hard at doing a good job, and I think because of that, I should be able to keep my job and not be fired. So my question to him is, I have never gone to Dr. Cash and tried to talk her into firing him. Why is he going to the citizens of Bradley County trying to get me fired?
Chairman, you'll have 2 minutes to respond.
Well, that's an interesting question. First of all, I don't think public offices are, lifetime jobs. I think they're elected by the citizens, and there's an opportunity for people to run. And if they choose to run, they can do that. I'm not trying to go after anyone's job. I'm not trying to run, against anyone. I'm running for the office of county mayor, not against anyone. To answer part of that, I was under the impression when I decided to run a while back that Mayor Davis was going to retire. I had been told that, and so I started the process, and once he whether he changed his mind or whatever, it was, I guess, too far along for me to pull back. So anyway, I'm not. I care about this community. I want to serve this community. I believe in servant leadership. I believe the times that we're in are going to require a different type of leadership, and I think I can bring that to the table.
All right, so now, Chairman Mull, a question for Mayor Davis.
Question for Mayor Davis. I think this caught us both kind of off guard, this deal right here. I guess, Mayor, the thing that I would probably ask that's most important to me and the needs that are coming to Bradley County and the challenges that we'll face. If you're reelected, will you commit to, for whatever the reason, will you commit to doing things that will benefit Bradley County and continue the growth and help us become, and keep moving forward and not let us fall backward? I guess that's the thing I would ask.
That's without a doubt my commitment, and I think my record shows that. I think my record proves that. I'm committed to Bradley County, continuing to move Bradley County forward, continuing to make a great community even better. That's been my goal from day one, will continue to be my goal for the next 4 years. Elected office isn't for life, but my opponent's worked for 30 years at the school system. It's not for life either, but yet I've not gone to his employer trying to get him fired. If he does a good job, I would hope he keeps his job there. And if I do a good job, and I know without a doubt I have, then I think I should be able to keep my job. But it's up to the taxpayers. Evaluation time. Have I done the job you elected me to do? And if I have, I would appreciate your vote to allow me to continue to work for you, as I often say, the most wonderful people in the world right here in Bradley County.
All right, time now for closing statements, and we're going to just reverse what we did with opening statements. So, Chairman Mull, 2 minutes to close us out here, and then Mayor Davis.
Well, first of all, thank you, Steve, for allowing us to be here today. I think it's great for the citizens to hear what we have to say. You know, I believe we're at a tipping point in our community. I believe it's a time with everything that's going on and the challenges that we face, we're either going to move forward or we're going to go backward. See, I think change is inevitable. I don't ever think you stay where you are. So I think it's important that we look at that. You know, we're a good community. I hear that all the time, and we are a good community. We're a great place to raise a family. It's a great place to live. But I don't want to ever settle for being good. I want us to be great. In anything we do, if it has Bradley County's name on it, I want to excel. I want to move us forward in whatever area that may be. And that will be my primary focus, to see how we can do things better, how we can do services better, and meet our citizens where they are. You know, I respect Mayor Davis and the time that he has served Bradley County for the past 24 years as county mayor. I truly do. But I think it's time for a new voice, a new vision, and a new plan for a better Bradley County. And I commit to do that. And we'll listen to the concerns and needs of citizens, be very open and approachable in talking with them about that.
And I'll ask both of you at the end of your statements, how can people get more information about your campaign, Chairman Mull?
Well, if they go on Facebook, Mull for Mayor, I don't know what the site is, but you just pull up Mull for Mayor and you can get there and get all the information you need. Obviously, if you can contact me, my phone number is listed there as well, or you can go to the County Commission page and get my phone number. Send me a text, call me, whatever, and I'll reach out to you and talk to you as well.
Thank you, sir. Mayor Davis, your 2-minute closing statement.
Well, first of all, I appreciate the opportunity to be here today and talk about Cleveland and Bradley County. It truly is an honor. I say this almost every day of my life. It's an honor and a privilege to serve the people of Bradley County. And I'm simply asking for the ability and the opportunity to continue to work for you. We've done a good job. 21 budgets without a tax increase, numerous schools built without a tax increase, jails, juvenile centers, fire stations built without a tax increase. That's called proper financial management. We've done the job you elected us to do. But over the next few weeks, you have a decision to make, and it's not really just between two people, it's between two complete different visions for Bradley County. I will continue to plan to keep taxes low and to move Bradley County forward by helping with the growth of our community, providing infrastructure needs. We have a plan laid out for the millions of dollars coming from the federal government with ARP to help with sewer, broadband, and water. Those are already in place, helping to expand affordable housing and also available housing, which is probably our most immediate need here in our community. We're working to make improvements in all of those areas as we speak, and we will continue to work to make improvements here in Bradley County. It is a great place to live, to work, and raise a family. But a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, we'll be able to talk about more and more and more improvements that have been made, because we will continue to work to make Bradley County even better. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. Thank you for your vote. Thank you for allowing me, hopefully, to continue to work for you, the people of Bradley County. I will always remember who I work for, the taxpayers of Bradley County. That was the only promise I made when I was first elected, and I will continue that promise for the next 4 years. I work for you, the citizens, the taxpayers of this community, and I will do the best I can moving Bradley County forward, doing everything we can to make it an even better Bradley County. Thank you.
And thank you both very much. I really appreciate both of you coming in. And thanks to our audience. We had so many people submit questions for this debate today. And I do appreciate both these gentlemen being willing to come in here and share their thoughts and ideas. All right, that is it for our first in our morning debate series. We'll be back tomorrow morning when we will have candidates for judge. That is going to be Judge Barrett Painter, and is also going to be will be joined by Andrew Morgan tomorrow at 8 a.m. And again, thanks to Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory for their sponsorship. For Bridget and all of us here at Mix 104.1, I'm Steve Hardline. We'll send you back to music on Mix 104.1. For MixTV.tv, that's all for us. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.